Until we actually have a conversation about what privilege really means, we'll never really understand what racism means.
Well, the biggest misconception about racism is the notion that it proceeds because you have two separate races. In other words, that there's something natural about racism. Why do we not talk about a Polish race today? Why do we not talk about an Irish race today? Why do we not talk about an Italian race today? Well, because we drafted all those groups of people into something called white. And the reason why we drafted them into that group of people is because we wanted to delineate who got the privileges, the uppermost privileges, the top privileges of being American, and who did not.
I teach at Yale Law School. It's the best law school in the country. I have privilege coming out the wazoo in a lot of ways, lots of power. At the same time, I never forget I'm a black woman.
When I sit in class, I would be taught that after Martin Luther King marched and, the Civil Rights Act passed and the Fair Housing Act passed, that we now began to live in a post-racial world. Racism is deeply rooted in America. Violence is deeply rooted in America. Segregation and poverty is real.
There's a lot of everyday discrimination that happens in all spheres of public life, and a lot of that is denied. And if we look at audit studies of hiring in the labour market, there's very clear evidence of racial preference. Whites get preferred over black job candidates routinely, even though both candidates are similarly qualified. So discrimination is alive and well.
New York police officers now come from 106 countries. No other police department in the world can replicate that. There's more of a sense of we have to get along together, we're all in this together, that type of thing. There is, generally speaking, less racism than is portrayed in the media.
The biggest misconception, and I think we live in the Obama era in which, we elected President Obama and that everything is okay, and that's not true. And it hurts my heart to say it, but it's the reality for me. It's the reality for you, and it's the reality for America.